Yeah, and you keep saying quality leads. I just want to know, from your side, what is a quality lead to you? Looking around. Yeah, and because how I like to look at it, man. I mean, let's say let's put Braulio in the shoes that we actually get this into place. You have all these systems, right? Because we can get you to that point where we're doing 600K in a year, where we're getting 2 to 3 clients that are actually qualified in a month, and have all these things happen. But I mean, just for you, the one who's running the show, I mean, how would that feel to you? Or I mean, how would that sit with you, knowing that you're at that point and not just sitting at 0 to 1 clients in a month now? How would it feel then? Right? Because what I like to say is, a lot of people like to take a look at the top of the mountain, right? Because we're already there. We're doing those $600,000 years, and we're having all these leads, right? But what I've seen from some of my more successful clients is they always take into account what's at the bottom of the mountain. What happens if we don't get to that point and we continue staying at that 0 to 1 point, and we're not making any difference? I mean, what happens to you then? Like, what would be with you? Right? Because is that you what? Sorry. And then right there, I would go into. I would keep looking, and then not gonna lie, right there, I would probably go into. I would have had a stronger discovery earlier, and I would have asked, had you looked into something before? Has this been the first time? I would have pre-handled that stuff, and then gone into all that, and then I would have used it as like a thing of like, well, I mean, you based off how you've done in the past. I mean, how do you think it would have affected you trying to do that again? I mean, where would that eventually lead you down the road in the same spot if you just kept, looking around? You just gotta. You would have. I would have had to have. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, having a strong pre-handle is going to be the reason you take your closing skills and you go from like a 5K a month closer, and you don't take it to like 20 to 15 to 20K a month. But um, yeah, let me see your how you handle your ideal criteria or your pre-handling through your custom in action. Like, go through that. I just want to start at pre-handling. Ask me if I've used anything in the past. No, man. I mean, not really. Just referrals, stuff like that in person. What? I mean, no. I've just used referrals, like real world stuff. Nothing like lead gen. Probably a few years now. We've already gone through all this in discovery. Yeah, you would have just asked right there. I mean, I guess what slowed you down from wanting to invest into something like this in the past? Because, or you could have, because they're obviously, bro, they're not living in a fucking like under a rock. They know what lead generation is. Ask them what slowed them down. I'd say probably just didn't think I needed it. Like I said, I mean, we're already doing referrals. I didn't think we would need it. Well, because now we're stuck at that 0 to 1 point, and like it's really not going anywhere. not good, obviously. I would, I would just, I mean, it would go into the ground. Obviously not. You go into ideal criteria. You'd be like, yeah. And so, I mean, let's say we even got you a system in place and we got all this together. I mean, what would you even want to see on your end that, you'd want to see out of your a system like this? And then they tell you about a little bit about it and you'd ask like, okay, what does a qualified lead even look like to you? And you'd be like, after you go into that, then you'll go into future pace where you're like, okay, well, let's put Braulio in the shoes of, all these systems are in place. We're getting to that eventual 600K a month that, you mentioned earlier, and we're doing all these great things. I mean, how would it sit with you then that, that's where we're at then? Or something like that. And then they make it feel amazing, all the good things, all the law. And you're like, okay, well, how I like to look at it is we always tend to look at the top of the mountain. But what happens if we don't look at the bottom of the mountain? Because what happens if we don't get to blah, blah, blah? What if this doesn't happen? I mean, what happens then to the business and, eventually you can be like, yeah. And so after you go through cost of inaction, be like, yeah. So what I want to do is we'll just run through it quick and then you'll go into pitch. Yeah, no, you do. It goes discovery, pre-handle, ideal criteria, um, future pace, cost of inaction, and then pitch. It's like a roller coaster of emotions for them. Yep. All right. We don't have to run through it again. It's already. They have a few more other interviews. But what I want to do, I'll shoot you a text tonight. If I can get you on this, and these other guys, I've already interviewed one, but if some of these other guys are pretty ass, because you understand the thing, you've already done a lead gen before, and you've probably like on the stronger side of tonality and confidence in your speaking. If I can get you on this, can you start tomorrow? Perfect, because we would link your calendar and everything, and then we just have you start taking calls. I mean, I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. I'll have to text the guys who do the back end stuff, mostly like the developing stuff for this offer. Just right now, I mean, I do sales managing and I do a little bit of the back ends for some of the offers. I'm pretty good with like the automation stuff like that. So, great. Yep, I'm pretty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll text you. I'll have two more. I'll text you in like around an hour or so. I'll let you know if it's yours because I'm literally just like it's like that. It's like it's going. So text me your calendar. Text me your first and last name, personal email, and then phone number. Uh, and then you'd be starting tomorrow if it's good. Calendar, email, phone number, first and last name. Sounds good, man. Do you have any other questions before we get off, like about anything? Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you on one of these. Either way, I'll get you on an offer, but I want to get you on this one, like, so you can start tomorrow. So I'll let you know in about an hour, and then yeah, I got you, bro. All right, peace.